Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. My name is Serge Bold, and it's a pleasure having you here. Well, it's been a while. I've been thinking about this, and I think I even tried before engaging, this channel with different content because it was basically just my music. But after so many years doing music and pushing in that direction, sharing that passion with the world, you get to understand the music business, and you get to understand that things have changed, and it's not only about music right now. It's all about what you represent, all the things you're passionate about that might make people want to know more about you, and definitely get to discover your other passions, being in music, arts, fashion, design, entrepreneurship, and all that. And I think we finally arrived at the point where I want to, share other things that I'm passionate about. And this has been in my mind for years now: content creation, traveling, me as an African in Europe, exploring Africa, my culture, sharing it with the world, but also sharing the beauty of what it is living in Greece, living in Europe as an African, the challenges, the opportunities, and tapping into the other side of me, which is that of entrepreneurship. I think the time has come, and I'm really excited and willing to take on this journey while slowly drifting away from the life of 9 to 5. Now, talking about 9 to 5, I actually want to start this video with my thoughts on the 9 to 5 life as an African living in Greece or living in Europe. Well, observing things, I've gotten to the point where, personally, I don't think that is something that works for me. The 9 to 5 life doesn't work for me. Sorry if you're hearing the noises from the cars, about to cross the road. The 9 to 5 lifestyle hasn't actually been a place in which I find peace. Nonetheless, I understand we have to work to make a living. Bills got to be paid, family got to be taken care of, and you can't just wake up and be a millionaire or billionaire, or have all the success without putting in the work. Unless maybe you're from a family where you've inherited wealth and some great stuff, but I don't think I'm not from that type of situation, so I have to build everything from the ground up, which means I have to work, I have to save money, I have to make smart investments, I have to take great decisions, I have to be disciplined, and I have to be focused. That has practically been my DNA and my character as a person. But still, the 9 to 5 life, it's something that is very hard for me to accept, because I just believe I got so much more in me to share. I got so much more that I would like the world to discover, or I would like to explore other aspects of my personality, my vision, my aspirations. And a lot of people in Europe right now, a lot of Africans, and even Greeks where I live in Athens, like when we have this exchange about the 9 to 5 lifestyle, I hear and I see a lot of frustration, pain, depression, and I ask myself, is the 9 to 5 working lifestyle something that is actually, naturally made for humans? Or is it something that we are actually just trapped in? And with my analysis, I think it's something that, it's a 50-50. It's something that is needed to be able to transition to the next part of your life, but it's not something you want to stay in forever. That means you have to be able to have a plan for yourself, understanding you will go through this journey of working 9 to 5 and then moving on to other things, maybe more personal things, or investing in your own business, because there's a difference waking up to go work for someone to get paid and then working for yourself. Yeah, so I think it's more fulfilling waking up to do things you like or working on your own project rather than waking up to go do a job you don't like. And when I speak with my Greek friends and even Africans, I get a lot of that complaint. A lot of people are living a lifestyle they didn't really sign up for, or they are forced to live this lifestyle or forced to do this job, and the outcome is a lot of depression. The outcome is a lot of doubts. The outcome is a lot of fear of if this is how their life is going to end. Because I must say here the system is well structured, but nonetheless there are not so many way out. If you are not someone within a certain social level or with a certain level social status, it's very challenging. And I'm getting a lot of complaints from friends about how depressed they are, how they wish they could actually do the things they want to do, how they wish they could actually engage in their passions, and I think they will find more healing in that. But that is a luxury we can't really afford here in the West, especially as Africans, because those bills got to be paid, a lot of responsibilities on us, and we have to make that sacrifice of doing the things we don't like or engaging in in this working lifestyle that drains us so deeply, just to be able to make sure the next our kids, our families, or the next generation has a better chance of having a better life. And that's okay, because this is what life is all about. Life is all about sacrifices. Life is all about accepting your realities, and then making sure that your kids or the people that come behind you will be able to have better chances of navigating life, and doing things that are more fulfilling and healing to them. But nonetheless, it's still very, very challenging waking up in the morning. I will speak from the perspective of an African here. The cold isn't something we are very fan of, waking up in this cold to go to your work, maybe driving for 30 minutes, somehow even going out of town like an hour to work, the working hours, the shifts and all that. It's something I've been thinking a lot about, and I've just been asking myself, is this something I really want to keep doing? And I don't think that is something that brings me the joy or the happiness I need as a person to be able to live my life and to be able to, get the peace I want. So I'm kicking off this video as, a new journey of content creation, but also indulging more or drifting more towards the things that I aspire for myself or that I want to do. And this is not just something that I'm waking up to take this decision. No, this is years of working, investments, trying to have alternative sources of income so I can be able to transition into a lifestyle and, doing things that I really like and that I really want for myself. I don't know how it's going to be. I understand it's going to be challenging because that is what life is about. But more so, I know I'm not someone that gives up easily. I've never given up on anything. And I know it's going to be a beautiful journey. So I want you to, if this is your first time on my channel, please consider liking, subscribing. But more so, share your thoughts with me. If you have any advice, please feel free to share it with me. And I want you to join me on this journey, because I know whatever is impossible, I'm gonna make it possible. And there is no barrier that I wouldn't break as a person to be able to get to where I want to go to, as long as it's within my morals and ethics. You feel me? That is what I want to engage with. I want to travel. I want to. Here we'll be talking about traveling, business opportunities in Africa, the life of an African in Europe, uh, mingling and exchanging with the locals, the Europeans, understanding what their challenges are right now in life. What are their aspirations? Do they see any hope in Europe? Because things are changing a lot in Europe. Things are no longer what it used to be. Uh, what are their fears? But more so, what are their passions and what inspires them every day to wake up and to keep pushing forward. We'll be checking into other aspects of economic, other economic things that I'm very interested in. Like I said, entrepreneurship is something I'm very, very invested and interested in. So I hope to meet business people in the real estate, food industry, travel, have different tastes of different food, have different experiences, and I want to share that journey with you. So if this is your first time on my channel, please feel free to like, subscribe, and just join me on this, and let's see how we can be able to take this to the next level. But more so, I want to be a living testimony of whatever you want for yourself, you can make it happen, because the odds were against me from the beginning in my country, but today I'm in a different space with my life, and I was able to prove everybody that doubted me wrong, not because not because of some ego trip, or because maybe they were on the wrong side of history, but just because I believed in myself. And I think everybody should be able to believe in themselves and to be able to engage in whatever they feel as though it's their call. And this right here is one of my calls, and I know with time I will get better with it, and we're going to share this experience together. So thank you for coming to my channel. Serge Bo, like, subscribe, and be part of the family. Peace.